Okay, so let's talk about our worldwide handsome BTS Jin. After lighting up the stage Run Seokjin EP tour in Anaheim, Jin came to his hotel room and turned on Weverse Live and gave ARMY a late night post-show check-in with grilled lobster. So we're gonna talk about what he shared moment by moment. But first of all, let's check out what BTS official Twitter account, X account said. 아름다운 밤, 소중한 순간들이 가득했던 Anaheim. 함께해줘서 고마워요. Love you all. Beautiful night filled with precious moments in Anaheim. Thank you for being with us. Love you all. And yeah, what a beautiful guy with a beautiful audience. Yeah, I heard it was a crazy night. All right, so well, first of all, I don't know why he wasn't able to use a landscape mode. It was all vertical and stuff, so I'm sure a lot of armies had to tilt their heads entire time. But I got you right here. Rotate it in the right way.
Okay.
There we go. So we see that the lobsters that he got. The actual talk begins at 1 minute mark ish, but I want to point out something I found funny.
Okay.
So,
안녕하세요 여러분.
so,
진입니다. 아이고 여기 내려.
so because of the camera angle, he had to sit on the floor, and that reminded me of a running joke in Korea that says like, Korean people always sit on the floor at home even after they buy a nice sofa. You know what I'm saying? And like they, the running gag is that even if Korean family has a super nice sofa, they always sit on the floor and lean their backs onto the sofa instead of actually sitting on that. So this just reminded me of that. Anyways, so he started off by
안녕하세요 여러분. 진입니다. 보이시나요?
letting us know that he had just gotten to his room after the show. And after adjusting the angle, how's the volume right now?
네.
Yep, so I just got home after finishing the concert, and I guess it looks like there's a staff member in his room, probably 의전 staff, a protocol or security staff, and they just handed him this, which is chojang, which is Korean chili sauce mixed with vinegar that Jin enjoys, especially when he eats seafood. So I just got home after finishing the concert. He literally used the word chip, which is home in Korean. Yeah, I love this when he said when he addressed the Anaheim audience in English. Anaheim, you are really very nice, he said. 기가 막히다 means it was seriously amazing, and 홍, the energy or the reaction was so good. Yeah, so we gotta talk about that, right? He said the fan chants were super unique too. You guys were all going woof woof woof, and here it is. It looks like he was seriously bewildered by the audience in the beginning. Oh. I guess nobody told him that's the thing in the States because Korean audience would never do that at a concert venues. Japanese, of course, they would never do something like this. So I guess Jin is getting to know that each region, each country or each city has a distinct like audience culture at concerts, right? Of course, so far he has gone through Korea and Japan for his Run Seokjin EP tour. At almost every venue, the energy was excellent and he really enjoyed it. But the nature of like I don't know, fan reaction is different, right? I personally love this energy going oof oof. And let's go back to what Jin said. Yeah, 재밌다. So it was super fun. The concert was super fun. 두드려 팬 것처럼. Jin talk about his shape again. Now that it's over, my body feels like someone just came by and hit me all over. 두드려 팬 것처럼. It really hurts, he says. Because once again, doing a concert, especially solo, is really demanding physically. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so now that the concert's done, day one Anaheim concert, of course, I had something to eat, washed up, and was getting ready to sleep. But before that, I wanted to report in and tell you how things went. 보고 means to report, like to your supervisor or something. But here he's saying that he wants to report to his fans, armies. So I'm gonna eat now, but instead of just eating, I figured it would be better to talk with you all about how today's concert went. So I turned on the live to talk with you while eating. So here comes the Eat Jin session. Today's dinner is grilled lobster. During his live after Osaka concert, was it Osaka concert or no? It was Chiba. He had a raw lobster, and he said that today's menu is shrimps, and since I'm rich, raw lobster. But this time he's having grilled lobster in the States in Anaheim. I was like, what is this? I thought it was seaweed soup. Miyeokguk is seaweed soup, which is a Korean soup that you enjoy, especially on your birthdays. Like your loved ones or your mom, your parents will make you miyeokguk seaweed soup on your birthdays, because that's what like mothers have after they give birth. So it's like a celebration. I'm pretty sure if you watch the K-drama, you will know this. But so he thought it was some sort of seaweed soup, but it wasn't. There's something in it, but yeah, I'm not sure what exactly. Okay. So he's gonna eat. So he said, my body finally feels like it's getting used to things. And he was like, before, hold on. And he's trying to count how many shows he has already done. 한국, 일본. So it's like Korea. He had 2 shows in Korea. And Japan. 4 shows in Japan. And now this is my 7th show now. And indeed, let's pull up the schedule. 2 shows in Goyang, Korea, 2 shows in Chiba, and 2 shows in Osaka, right? And now he's in the States. So he's got 1 more in Anaheim tomorrow. So I just wrapped up the 6th and now it's the 7th that he just finished. And in the beginning, I totally lost my appetite. And indeed, that's what he talked about. Do I have that? Yeah. Live. Yeah. So it was during this one, right? 오츠카레 사마 데시타, when he was like totally drained and he was barely able to sit and even turn off the live. You know that at the end he kind of looked like and sounded like he was turning into a zombie or something. But now he's saying that my body is adjusting a bit. So today I actually wanted to eat. So I guess my body's adjusting a bit. And he said, maybe it's because actually it's kind of my fault. I should have worked harder and give my all physically and mentally. But he just corrected himself after saying that, that I should have been more committed. I could have been better. And right after that, he said, but really, it's not something to blame myself for, which I wholeheartedly agree with. Because it just takes time for my body to adjust, right? And I agree with that. But then he also added, still from now on, I will keep working harder, pushing myself every time so each show feels fresh and new. Grilled lobster. Let me dip it in butter and take a bite. And then it's gonna say, yummy. And he said yummy like 3 or 4 times during this live, and I like that. Because he didn't say yummy when he was in Japan, and now that he's in the States, he's using English more, right? And he actually spoke some English during the show today, didn't he? Of course, there was an interpreter. I was aware of that. And if you have time, we'll watch this. Yeah, so there was an interpreter. So let's go back. He's gonna talk about J-Hope now. 4 minutes. Let's move over to. So after chewing. Every time J-Hope turned on a live, I used to show up on his, meaning he wrote comments in the live chat, right? But Hobie never shows up on mine. I'm not saying I'm disappointed. I just happened to catch her live when I was on my phone. That's all. And then he will talk about seeing the members recently. So this was one of the highlights for me during this live. So a few days ago, I got to see our members, BTS members. And they have really changed a lot. Were they always like that? I don't think so, he just said. So when they eat, they're all like, oh, this has how many calories, and that one has this many calories, and this thing is like what, hundreds of calories? And this is such a let me know if this is also a thing in your country or city or region, because like being obsessed with calories, it's like a Korean thing, because I've never seen people getting obsessed with calories in the States, maybe because guys and girls are different. But in Korea, people like care about calorie numbers all the time. I personally believe that you have to pay more attention to like the nutritions, like fat, protein, sugar. But yeah, calories are something that people who usually those who are on diet care about. And
칼로리를 안 본지 칼로리라는 그 칼로리 못 써져 있는지 그거 안 본 지가 진짜 몇 년 다 돼가서 애들도 당연히 그러더라고.
I haven't looked at calorie labels in years, Jin said. Seriously, it's been forever since I checked what a label says, so I thought the guys were the same. The members would be the same.
네. 와, 500칼로리? 이거는 뭐 1000칼로리? 이거 한 끼 2000칼로리? 이러면서
But they were like, this one's got 500 calories, this one's 1,000, and they'll say that this is 2,000 calories in one meal. And objectively speaking, serving is much richer in calories in the States compared to Korea, unless we're talking about something like a ramen noodle, right? So I guess Jin is saying that the members are like surprised and impressed by how many calories each meal has when they eat in LA where they're staying.
얘기는 하면 그러긴 하더라고요.
This is funny, but in the end, they still ate everything.
얘기하면서 안 먹은 건 아니었는데 얘기하면서 다 먹는다.
It's not like they said it and didn't eat. They were talking about calories and still ate it all.
그렇게 얘기한다는 자체가 신기하긴 했어.
But it was still surprising that the fact that they even brought it up, the calories.
잘 주냐고 있더라.
잘 지내고 있다. They've been doing well. 우리 애기들. 애기들 literally means our babies. 우리 애기들 or my babies. Because Jin is the young, right, the oldest member. And that's an affectionate way to, call someone that you care about. 애기들, like his 동생s. There. Yep. And this was nice. When he talks about
건강해. 지들끼리 되게 깔깔거리면서 잘 먹는
they said they have become so much more grounded mentally and physically, and they just seem to laugh and have fun a lot together, which was so obvious when we saw their live streams a few days ago. Like Jimin and Jungkook, and the chaotic life with Jimin, Jungkook, V, and RM, right? Us having so much fun with each other.
애들 하는데도 며칠
So I have dropped by a few times where the members were working on stuff too. Not for days or anything, just a few visits, he said.
진짜 잘 지내고 열심히 한 것 같더라고.
And that was possible because he's having a concert in Anaheim. Anaheim and LA are both in California. So distance-wise, pretty close to each other. And he just said that they seem like they're doing really well, working hard.
지금 시간이 시간으로 한 10시?
Right now in US time, I think it's about 10 p.m.
진짜 맨날 한국에서 새벽 2-3시에
That's the choljang, the Korean vinegar chili sauce.
미국에서는 10시 되면 먹고 있더라고. 그게 너무
So they were back in Korea. Seriously, they were the kind of kids who used to go to bed at like 2 or 3 a.m. But now, when it hits 10 p.m. in the US, they were already asleep. And that was so surprising to me.
10시 되면은 금방 졸리대요. 저도 지금 시차 때문에 오후 5시만 되면 죽겠는데 아이고 아이고
So once it's 10 o'clock, they're already nodding off, like, snoozing. And
저도 시차 때문에 오후 5시만 되면 졸려 죽겠는데
shicha is the word that we have learned, right? Literally time difference, but in this case, I talk about jet lag. Me too. With jet lag, I crash by 5 p.m.
이후에서 크게 딱히 할 게 없으니까 밤 10시만 되면은 자야겠다 자러 간대요. 되게 건강한 생활하고
So seriously, around 5 p.m., I'm dead tired from the jet lag. But the other members, since there's not much to do in the States, meaning they don't have like a designated schedule like Jin, where he has to go through the tour routine, and they just go, I guess I will sleep and knock out at 10 p.m. And he said apparently they're living super healthy lives now, and yes, the members have talked about that they were jet lagged. Jimin also said that he used to go to bed in the morning when he was in Korea, but now he's living a really healthy life and going to bed pretty early at night. But here's the thing, that might have to do with the fact that they were jet lagged. Like from my experience, I studied in the States and I came home Korea when I was on vacation. So I also went to bed really early when I was jet lagged and felt like I was having a super healthy life. But as I got adjusted to the time zone, my sleeping pattern went back to my old pattern where I go to bed at like 2 a.m. Nowadays, I go to bed early, relatively early. So we will have to see how the members, stick to the current pattern. And interestingly, I wonder how RM has been sleeping because he has mentioned his sleeping problems, during the Weverse live that he had on the day he got discharged. But he also mentioned that he seriously needs to abstain from watching too much of Instagram reels, right? Short videos. But yeah, we'll have to see. But for now, I'm super glad that the members are living healthy, even from Jin's perspectives. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this was nice too. Eat Jin. 8 minutes, so it's gonna eat, chew chew.
그 감동 많이 했어요. 노래 엄청 잘 따라하고
So today, the US fans really touched me, or I was super touched by the US fans. 미국 팬분들한테. 미국 means the US, America. You all sang along so well. And yeah, let me pull up this one. Yes, this one we already watched. Looks super handsome. The reaction is awesome. Nice. I love the energy right here. Oh yeah. That was the costume, penalty costume, or punishment costume, 벌칙 의상 for that day. Farmer outfit. I never imagined that I would wear something like this on stage, he said. Yeah, he always wears something funny for Super Tuna stage, right? Oh, so he's about to drink something, and he just talked to himself saying, wait, do I have a beverage ad right now? So he's thinking hard. No, right? And they said, well, just in case, and he hides the drink label with the towel. And yeah, even during the last live stream, he was being careful about, speaking out aloud the brand names for the games that he's been playing, he's been enjoying. Although he had that thought after he already mentioned all the game names. And yeah, one of my subscribers mentioned that right here. Yeah, that was a farmer outfit. And yeah, on the left, that's the ordinary chili sauce paste. On the right is the chili sauce paste with vinegar, 초장. Yeah, someone said about the name brands. The problem isn't naming brands they don't have contracts with. The problem is if they give any publicity to competitors of brands which they do have ambassadorships with. For example, Jimin is ambassador of Dior clothing, so he should be careful never to mention or wear Chanel. But he can mention Jin Ramen because that is food, which is a different product type altogether. So yeah, when Jin said, well, do I have a beverage ad right now? No, right? Well, just in case. That reminded me of this comment that this person wrote. Also, speaking of which, somebody was wondering how to pronounce IGIN, the product, the drinks, that beverage Jin himself was involved with, collaborating with. It is pronounced with a hard G, Aikin. Some people thought that you're supposed to pronounce it as Aijin. At first, I also thought that was the way, but officially it is Aikin, and this is what their official Instagram account says it, and all the articles and actually the product name says Aikin with a hard G. Yeah, I wonder why they named it that way. Because Jin is Jin, right? All right, back to the video.
팬분들이 진짜 잘 따라 부르시고 함성 소리가 엄청났어요. 깜짝 놀랄 정도로.
Our fans were seriously singing along so well. The cheers were insane. I was honestly shocked. So shout out to all the fans in Anaheim, who attended the concert in person in Anaheim. That was funny. It was like, oh, I didn't mean to dip this much butter. And he was actually talking to his lobster. You stay in that here until you learn your lesson.
공연 같이 연출하시는 분들이 오셔가지고 오늘 너무 함성 진짜 역대급 멋있다고 이런 데서 공연 조작할 때 너무 좋다고 제가 행복할 때 같이 한 걸 느꼈다고.
So that was touching. The concert staff, the ones who help with show production, came today and they said that today's crowd was the loudest they have ever heard. So he used the word 역대급, which is a superlative. And in moments like that, I feel so proud to be part of like planning these concerts. They told me that. Sorry.
너무 뿌듯하고 막 공연 조작할 때 너무 뿌듯하고 막 내가
And they told me that when I looked happy on stage, they felt happy too. So yeah, that was really touching.
내가 행복할 때 같이 한 걸 느꼈다고 했더라고요.
Feeling happiness as performers and producers, the staff who are involved with show production, that is quite amazing. And I'm pretty sure not everyone gets to experience that. So he's giving credit to his fans. But really, it's not me creating that atmosphere. It's all thanks to you, our fans. So I was really, really thankful.
콘서트에 와주신 우리 아미 여러분들 진짜 진심으로 너무너무
To everyone who came to today's concert, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much.
핸드폰으로 그래도 찍으신 분들도 꽤 많이 있으신 것 같았는데 전체적으로 다 80% 이상이 다 뛰시고 노래도 같이 불러주셔서 너무 행복했어요.
So he said, even though a lot of you were filming with your phones, and I saw quite a few, like at least 80% of the crowd was still up and jumping, and you were singing along too. And so it was just a joyful moment for me. So yeah, he mentioned that during his, what was it, Shiba concert, where he was impressed by the audience who were all jumping and singing along without holding their phones. But at the same time, he also mentioned that filming is could be kind of helpful because after getting home, he could watch his own footage, spreading around on social media, and do monitoring, which means monitoring, so he could check how he could get better the next time. But at the same time, he really cares about the audience reaction, right? Hong, fan chant, or reaction. And I'm pretty sure as long as you are loud and jump up and down and sing along, he will still appreciate, even though some fans might want to capture that moment with their own mobile phones. But at the same time, he was impressed by the crowd. Okay, so he's gonna chew.
공연하면서 드는 생각은
Yeah, another highlight for me. That was me speaking. Sorry.
인생이다 라는 생각이 들더라고요.
So when I'm performing, I think to myself, wow, what a blessed life I'm living.
언제 이런 환호를 받아보고 언제 이렇게 많은 분들 앞에서 노래를 부르겠어요.
If I wasn't in BTS, when else would I ever get this kind of love? When else would I ever stand in front of so many people and sing?
공연할 때마다 드는 생각은 너무나 행복하고 행복한 삶이다 라는 생각이 들었어요. 그래서 우리 멤버한테 너무 고맙고 우리 여러분들한테
And every time I perform, it hits me. What a lucky and happy life I have. And that's how I feel. I'm so thankful to my members and to you, Army. And such appreciation is something he has mentioned again and again to his members and during interviews and to armies during a concert. He also said that in Japan as well, and in Korea. So such humility as a global superstar. I think it's gonna say yummy here again. Yummy. Second or third time saying that. Alright, let's move over to 12 minutes, 32 seconds mark.
내일도
It's gonna
와주시는 우리 팬분들
jump.
잘 부탁드리고
Army bomb.
미방도 잘 부탁드립니다. 저도 저랑 문화가 좀 다를 수 있잖아요. 그래서
Alright, so he's now addressing the crowd who will be attending the concert in person tomorrow. So tomorrow, to all the fans coming, please jump. Again, he cares about the crowd reaction. And let's get that energy going, he said. And don't forget your army bombs too. 잘 부탁드립니다. To be honest, there might be some cultural differences between us, he says.
처음에는 적응 못하고 그런 게 있었는데 그래도 잘 맞춰서 그럴 테니까 서로 합을 맞춰서 잘 재밌게 좋은 시간.
So he said, to be honest, there might be some cultural differences between us. At first, it might have been a bit hard to adjust for me too. But still, I will do my best to meet you where you are and we can keep syncing up and having a great time together. So let's keep making some fun, memorable moments. So yeah, that reminded me of this footage again, where he seriously looked bewildered by the audience reaction. So yeah, he's learning the cultures of different parts of the world. And that what he just said also reminded me of my review video of Jin's concert, right? And during that video, I said at one moment how this whole tour or this whole concert is designed as an interactive experience with Jin and armies all together. It's the performer and the audience complete the whole experience together. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, what he just said really expressed team spirit almost. I'll do my best to adjust and to meet you where you are, and we can keep syncing up and having a great time together. And let us keep making fun, memorable moments, he said. And this was funny. Oh, and earlier today at lunch, or maybe it was dinner, Mulhoe was on the menu, the cold raw fish soup that Jin loves so much. So I asked this American person, do people eat mulhoe in the US, the cold raw fish soup? And the way he says it, in a super Englishy accent, Korean English accent. 미국도 물회 먹어요? That was funny. And they told me Americans don't usually eat raw fish like that. And one of my subscribers also mentioned that in their comments. I saw in my video. But they knew I liked it, so they prepared it for me. A bunch of people tried it too, and it made me feel so proud. They said, as the first president of the Mulhoe Evangelism Association. Well, I don't even know if that kind of association exists. If it does, I'm sorry for stealing the name. But if it doesn't, I'm the founding president now. And he actually apparently said it during the upcoming episode of 냉장고를 부탁해. I think the chef and my refrigerator, that's the English name for the show. And he will be featured in the episode this coming weekend. And he mentioned that he is the founding president of the Mulhoe Evangelism Association. And he also mentioned that he eats mulhoe. He has mulhoe at least 3 times a week. That's how much he adores that dish. And he even recommended it to Tom Cruise, who was featured in one of the episodes for Run Seokjin. I'm really looking forward to this episode. J-Hope was featured a couple months ago, correct? And if I remember correctly, Jimin was also featured with, he did it with Jungkook, or was it V? I gotta look into it. Actually, I can do it right now. 지민 냉장고를 부탁해. Yeah, Jin. There we go. Jin and Jimin. A few years ago. Yeah, 4 years ago. There we go. 냉장고를 부탁해 영어로. Chef and my fridge. There you go. Literally speaking, please take care of my refrigerator in Korean. But official English name is Chef and my fridge. Okay, back to the video. It said it was just such a proud moment for me. Seeing so many people eating mulhoe. If any of you want, I can always share my favorite recipes for mulhoe. So if you're ever curious, just ask me anytime. I'll hook you up. The way he describes himself as the founding president of Mulhoe Evangelism Association. It said, so moist as he eats the lobster. Okay, let's move over to, yeah, right here. So he said today, well actually not today, yesterday, my throat was in really bad shape. So I was really worried about it. The same thing happened back in Japan too. My voice was rough, but once I started performing, it got better somehow. And it says, am I faking it? Like, was it all in my head? But like, why would I fake being sick to myself? Anyway, once the show started, it got better, so I was okay. And this could happen to a lot of performers. You know, once the show starts, adrenaline kicks in, and your body adjusts. Even though, even in cases where you are like physically sick. So at the same time, it's important to take care of your health before and after performances, I believe. Singing Nothing Without Your Love. Is that song just makes me feel so excited. 신나다. Originally, when I sing that track, the original plan was nothing without your love. So in the second verse, I was supposed to sing it myself. The pitch is pretty high, so when I focus on singing, I can't really pay attention. Oh, wait. He said... when I focus on singing, I cannot really pay attention to the fans singing along because the pitch is pretty high and he has to control his vocals. But then one day I was about to start singing, but I looked out at the fans and saw them singing so passionately, and that moment just made me so happy. Again, He's mentioning happiness, which is what also he also mentioned during his live stream, like 2 live streams ago. Happiness. It's also a pretty easy song to sing along with, aside from the fact that the pitch is high, from the high notes, I mean. So after that, I just decided from the second verse onward, I don't sing it. I won't sing it. I'll just watch you guys, watch my fans as you. As you sing it instead, and hey. And when I jump around on stage, you all jump with me while singing too, holding army bombs like that. And watching that from the stage, you have no idea how happy it makes me. If you haven't seen it in person, you just wouldn't get it. You're jealous, right? So yeah, once again, the fan-artist interaction is so dear to Jin. And I really love that. And I love the fact that how happy it makes him feel. Okay, let's move. All right, we're almost there. It's wrapping up. So the concert went really well. All right. He's about to say. So anyway, the first concert went really well, and I'll make sure the second concert tomorrow goes just as great. To those of you coming tomorrow, let's have a blast. 재밌게 놀아요. And he said, jump, jump, for the 3rd time during this live. I don't know how you did that, but during the cheers, I swear, no joke, you guys were like, woof, 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 woof. That is funny. I guess that really did leave a lasting impression on him. So he said, seriously, every time I did something, you would go woof, 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 woof. I don't even know if it was supposed to be a dog sound, but it was such a hilarious, unexpected way to cheer. It really stood out. So let's make tomorrow just as fun, okay? Is that? See you all tomorrow, and bye. And there you go. End it with his worldwide handsome face. Yeah. It was great overall. And I'm sure he will kill it, and the audience will kill it tomorrow on July 18th, Anaheim, the US time in Anaheim. And I hope that everyone has fun. And this live stream was filled with highlights. One of them being the woof 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 sound that Jin commented on. And yeah, like I said a couple times in this video, each region has a distinctive fan culture, right? And I'm glad that Jin is learning different cultures as he tours around the world, right? And I guess, yeah, I won't play this super loud. So he said things like, coming here felt like you were telling me, 괜찮아, 괜찮아, it's going to be okay, on behalf of the members. So stepping onto the stage gave me a sense of comfort. You are as precious to me as the members are. And yeah, I love Jin. I love seeing Jin interacting with his fans, in such a sincere manner. So I hope this was informative, entertaining, and helpful. Let me know what you thought about this Weverse Live and also the concert, especially if you were there in person. Okay, and yeah, if you have any information or opinions to add, feel free to fill in the gaps by writing comments. And when you do so, let's stay positive, respectful, and classy. Thank you guys. Peace and love. Bye bye.